We have lost contact with North America's 4th Air Force and their 8th Infantry Regiment. Are there any survivors from the 3rd Infantry Division and the 11th Regiment? Please respond. They're engaged in battle with the enemy's 18th Mechanized Battalion. They're requesting reinforcements. The 2nd and 4th Armored Divisions are in retreat. More than half of both divisions are reported to be dead or injured.
How long must we wait in the shadows? Why won't they launch the Fighting Thunders?
By Fighting Thunder, assist the North American Army, and completely destroy targeted weapons of destruction. Those are their orders.
Fighting Thunder? Why even bother with that name? Hey, Raiden! Did you hear that? It's a little late, but hurry and make your way to the battleground. I'll transfer each of you the info. Too much blood has already been shed, but we'll do what we can to stem the flow. Finally, we've received the attack order. We must reduce damage as much as possible.
I'm forwarding you the information. Please confirm before beginning munition. Do you hear me, Raiden? We're still surveying the enemies, so please head straight to the scene.
There doesn't appear to be many enemies coming to the suburbs, but you can't be negligent. Remember, shoot them before they shoot you. Max speaking. You're aware of it, but it's the first time to witness contamination of this level with these kinds of massive weapons. To be honest, I don't know what will happen, so be careful.
I'm sending you the information on the enemy. No contaminations from surface settings have been confirmed in the area. This would be aerial combat, so please act as such. The 18th Mechanized Infantry are engaged in blocking the advancement of the enemy ships into metropolitan areas. It is unclear how long we can maintain the compound, so please hurry to the end. The speed of enemy destruction is key. Neither the plane nor the pilot has been damaged by the combat. We will be entering the metropolitan area very soon. The enemy in that area are being mopped up by the 2nd and 4th Armored Divisions. Please quickly pass through it and aim for the other camps.
Hold on. This is too much for the defense corps to handle on their own. Descend and pursue the destruction of the target.
Captain, is that really necessary? The prisons have all been evacuated, and most of the enemy weapons have been destroyed.
That may be so, but I'm sure the retreating people can do it and talk to them. It won't hurt to help out.
I'm getting a response by radar. Numerous enemies have crossed the defense lines and invaded metropolitan area.
You heard it. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to respond appropriately on site.
number of enemies destroyed have been confirmed. It seems that some enemies on the ground have survived, and requesting help from the second floor casualty. Enemy aircraft is flying between the skyscrapers. Please be careful.
Be careful, Sam. Do you have any better advice for me?
I believe it's the captain's role to give advice. Have any advice for me?
Make sure you don't hit the building.
Enemy battleships are approaching. Why? There are vessels leaving from the ships. Enemy has suspended action following.
Believe that something so huge is being attacked. But I gotta say, the mission was well accomplished.
Excellent job.
Let's go off topic. You know, I think South American coffee is the best. How about you?
I have no interest in black fluids. Please don't mess your valuable communication network with your nonsense. Emergency contact. An SOS call from the Middle East. Please move to latitude 18 degrees north and longitude 42 degrees east.
Hey, I was being serious.
There is no SOS call coming from the town around the Oasis campus. It appears to be secure.
This area had a lot of history to it.
Shame. Have you been here before?
Stay alert. There seems to be quite a number.
There are contamination weapons all over the town. Let's hope for all. Your destruction rate is pretty low. Captain, you weren't very efficient out there. I'm sure there's no problem with the plane.
I'm going to flee into the valley to escape the enemy as we planned. Watch out for the protruding rocks.
Enemy response on radar.
Maybe the crystals have intelligence beyond our presumption.
That may be so.
You're supposed to be in charge of the radar, right? Can't you at least tell me where it's coming from?
Smith mid-sized responses and attacks from up ahead. Hopefully intercept after checking the armor reactions of the cars.
Be more concise, you know?
Successful entry into the ruins. The writing seems to have been shelled, so brace yourself. I analyzed the video images from Raiden. Are they ancient ruins? It's ruins.
That's not an analysis. It's your impression, isn't it?
Sorry. I'm getting many crystal responses. Strange. There doesn't appear to be any particular contamination.
You're telling me that these crystals are non-contaminated? A place like that could exist? Man, this video is displeasing. So what caused the contamination of crystals?
It's a modest impression, but it's really accurate, you know? I acknowledge it. I'm getting a reaction from close by. Prepare for contact.
It's a narrow cave, so watch out.
The enemy is transferring and the energy level is increasing. Please be extra careful. Enemy deactivated. Nice work! You can evacuate from where you are now. Please make a break.
A cave of sleeping crystals, huh? You'll need to report this to the research team. Hold on, I'm going to switch lines. I'm sorry for working you so hard. We must head toward the Wind's port. Raiden, I need you to patrol the periphery and head for the port.
We're going to the beach. How do I submit a request for a vacation leave from there?
Sorry, Ashiri. You've got work to do.
If it's not a vacation, then why are we heading for a trip? It's not part of our mission, is it?
It's a request from the Weapons Development Division. How dare they use the BCB as messengers? I guess we've got to follow orders.
You sure are a modern military man. Hello, I'm Lieutenant Campbell of the Weapons Development Division. I'm glad that the captain is so understanding of our needs.
Yeah, well, I guess I owe it to the Weapons Development Division. You know, I'd be much more passionate about my work if you had provided the finest coffee drinks.
Very well then. We will attend. We would appreciate it if you follow up on the contaminated weapons attack that happened at Wind's Port. Cheerio.
Multiple enemies at Wind's. Raiden, I need you to hurry and annihilate them.
I'm sure glad I mentioned the compliments to it. I can't wait for them to arrive.
New eyes, sir. It appears that there is still an emergency. Please continue mopping them up. Your vital meter is decreasing. Please stay focused with me. An emergency call from the Michelle Defense Force. They're being attacked by multiple contaminated weapons.
What? Another attack? Hear that, Raiden? Head northwest to the Michelle Defense Force.
Seems like you missed quite a lot of enemies. I know you're tired from all the fighting, but please hurry ahead to Michelle Port. Do you think there's something behind all these consecutive attacks?
I don't know. I'm just a military. Whatever the reasons, it's our mission to fight when the enemy's attacked.
That's for sure. I guess we should leave the difficult matters after the weapons development division people.
Yeah. That's definitely too difficult for someone who thinks about vacation when they arrive at the fort.
You say? Well, I think these matters are too difficult for men who prioritize coffee beans over work.
Oh well. Let's just focus on the task in front of us. Enemy approaching.
gonna do now, sir?
Let's head to the LHC facility. I'm sure these crystals we were supposed to transport us. See what's going on. We can deal with the consequences later.
Is heading towards the LHC facility. We will move towards the destination at a low altitude until coming close. Since this is unplanned, please caution the civilian facilities.
Hey, you sound like a real professional. I'm going to rely on you from now on when I'm taking the train.
Wow, this is the Sidonia Falls?
It's alright to be happy. Stop telling me your impression over the network.
An incoming transmission from the council. It appears to be Madame Winter.
That was quick of her. Put her through.
You seem to be enjoying the Sidonia Falls. I've seen them before, and they are certainly impressive.
Well, is that right? It sure is spectacular.
Excuse me. Seems our conversation was overheard by the entire BCD route.
No problem. Even if we're at war, it's only natural to move by a pretty sight. Unfortunately, the location of Bellwether has been revealed to everyone.
That's a problem. We were planning to keep our movements.
I guess you have your own ideas, Max, and I won't pry into them, but Bellwether gets a lot of attention, so it would be helpful if you try not to stand out.
I'm really sorry. I will make sure my subordinates don't do this again.
Good luck. Max has a duty to do, so listen to his lecture, you pretty operator.
The enemy destruction speed is slow. Please be cautious in combat.
The LHC should be in view at any moment now.
Yes, it's a recent facility lab, so I also look forward to seeing it. An incoming SLS call from the LHC, Captain.
What's the reason for the signal?
I don't know, sir. There's a large crystal contamination response in the radar. All over the LHC facility.
Increase the man's speed. Right. Get into the LHC facility and eliminate the contaminated weapons that have invaded.
Why didn't an SOS call come in until now? There wouldn't have been this much if they had contacted us after the attacks.
I don't know why, but unless there was some technical trouble, the enemies must have invaded very swiftly. We don't have time to worry about that now. Let's knock out the aerial enemies.
Great job in eliminating the enemy from the earthquake at the central facility. Let's take care of the enemies.
Sorry, Bellwether can't handle all these enemies.
You've let too many enemies escape. I know it's a tough mission, but please hang in there. Now help us out in this battle.
Good, right. You're amazing in your mastery.
There's an enemy response remaining in the fringes outside the LAC facility. I will send over the directions, so please wait there. Captain, high energy response is rapidly approaching central facility.
Ryder, Bellwether will take care of this enemy for us. Hurry to the central facility.
The enemy has risen over the central facility. Raiden has also arrived. I didn't think we would make it. We will engage in battle. The side parts separated and fallen. Captain, the enemy has invaded into the LAC facility.
Ryan, pursue it and destroy it by any necessary means.
Enemy deactivated. This matter had been deactivated. Well done with the mission.
Syria, there's a plane in the distance. What is that?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the radar. Currently, the surveillance plane is heading towards the sea. What shall we do?
Of course we will have to pursue and catch them. Don't let them escape, Ryan.
A transmission is coming in from an unknown source.
I wouldn't be warned if it were an unknown source.
The
the mission of the VCD to deal with me, is it? Hurry back and clean up the crystal layer.
I see. I wonder what you do when you go after Ciri.
Just find as many crystals as you'd like in other places, right? I've been busy with pirate operations too. There's no time to deal with you.
Yeah, that's so. Well, don't worry about us. We'll go ahead and collect the crystals. Call the public relations department if you have any questions.
Promise this will be an easy job. I'll require an additional fee if I'm to deal with the VCD, or it won't be worth it.
I thought that Barbarossa was a more chivalrous pirate, but he's no different from my common fleet. I'm disappointed because it was kind of a fun.
I'm not very impressed that an army officer is a fan of pirates.
We will pursue the pirate ship. It's very big, you know? It's hiding
Good task, PH.
in the optimal state for eliminating the enemy. Please keep it up. An incoming transmission from weapons development. Captain? Good luck, sir.
Captain, what's going on? We are assiduously engaged in our mission, sir. Can we talk over coffee tomorrow?
It appears that the prisoners have been taken by the pirates. This is a failure of what's done in the future. Bellwether can return to its normal duties, since I've sent out a separate squadron to deal with them and retrieve the prisoners.
I appreciate your consideration, but we are already engaged in combat.
You're moving the ship arbitrarily again? It's not too late. Retreat now and leave the pirates alone.
Hey, how long do I gotta wait?
I seem to have heard something.
It feels there's a force. Captain, are you busy?
No! Alright, withdraw immediately. I'm busy, so I will...
That's strange.
It sounded like a voice that I heard. Been bombed out. Please aim to annihilate the enemy in this condition.
Definitely not. Can't have them down us. I'm gonna give it all that I've got.
Gosh, this much firepower being a pirate may actually be possible.
from around the street.
Noise driver, nuts. Handle this, please, Raiden. Thanks.
The ship's been contaminated. Hey, do something, VCD!
Gosh, say it as if it was.
Enemy formation has changed. The energy level is increasing.
Sorry, but it's not over. There's still something else coming up.
The energy response has stopped. But just...
We're lucky the contamination was at sea, where there's generally no damage.
Hey, hurry up and save me! I'll tell you a bunch of stuff because I'm mad as hell.
That would be helpful. The rescue crew will be heading there now.
Captain, can I receive...
Everyone listen. Raiden and Bellwether will now be launching an assault on the former weapons development research facility. This is a facility that is supposed to be scrapped. Be careful.
That's a rare captain like your man. Is the information Barbarossa gave us correct? She said that the Weapons Development Division is doing research to expand it.
I don't exactly trust her, but it's probably credible. I told her that information was important. I've also come upon the same information from someone in the council.
Is that right? It's tough fighting someone when you're on the same side. Your destruction speed is poor. There's nothing wrong with the measuring instruments, so just go full force without warning them. A transmission from the Weapons Development Division. But the source is from inside.
Are you trying to disobey the council again, Bellwether?
You would be grateful if you would give up all resistance and surrender.
Surrender? What are you talking about? We are doing this for the future of mankind. I would appreciate it if you don't put together the likes of a captain running around as a tool for the power struggles of the council and defense forces.
Mankind, but for the future that you desire. It seems that the research into energizing band crystals is a selfish personal passion for you, Lieutenant.
I'm not being selfish! It's necessary to have superior weapons to achieve a victory in the battle with the crystals. The weapons of Fighting Thunder and Bellwether were developed by me! I'm living for the future of mankind! Why don't you praise me more?
He wants to be perfect. Isn't that a bit selfish?
Well, yeah. Even the way he was behaving, not really sweet.
war, and we'll carry out destruction of the research facility.
Time will wait. Destroy everything, Raiden.
Are you letting the enemies flee? I'm as used to defeat on battle. Raiden, can you hear me? Escape from the Dapsip facility. I will send you the predicted route.
He won't let you leave easily. It's obvious, but be careful.
It appears that there are fewer enemies than expected. There's something...
There's a possibility that something escaped. It seems unkillable. Reach the exit.
It'll probably be alright. It's just a bit more. Please hold it. High energy response from behind us. They're catching up.
I knew they wouldn't let us escape easily.
That he has a gigantic arm. His exercise helps. First, bird plague? This is strange. The number has increased.
It appears that the number has increased, but you need to calm down.
The enemy has gone silent. There's no other enemy response inside the city.
It's fine. It is certainly brilliant to have those kinds of weapons in secret.
It's really over. Now you'll pardon me.
I thought that you were going to be quiet. You were waiting for this to end. I'll let...
arrived at the initial destination. We will continue at a low altitude.
Pretty decent sized force. Definitely hide here.
We are heading towards the S-Range Space Center. Captain, what is the target?
Guess we'll be going directly into space if we head to the space center.
I'm not asking you. How long are you going to be on Bellwether? BCD isn't going into space, you know. I'd rather not hear from the amateur.
No. As Barbarossa says, this is a mission in space.
You know I was a captain too.
What was that, Asheria?
Amateur shipping flight.
Captain, why are we going to outer space? Are you saying that we're going to attack the crystals in outer space?
Correct. Very smart, Asheria.
Yay. A pirate like you, who's only been in sea, should be proud. This is the workplace for soldiers, alright?
Oh, you said it, darling.
Let's go into the details together after I have some coffee and everyone cools down.
Remember, the crystals will share any information among each other, so you can't let them escape. You've got to do better.
Have time. Let's explain this concisely. Asheria?
Yes. Sorry about beforehand.
According to the research of Lieutenant Kennedy, the conclusion we reached is that it won't be a fundamental solution having the progressive destruction of the crystals flying into or buried in the earth. Therefore, we'll head towards the place that's believed to be the source of the crystals and directly hit the home planet of the enemy.
That was rather quick. Wouldn't it be better to practice more?
I'd like to know, but it appears that the crystals seem to share their thoughts in a certain way. And if we take too much time to become aware of our strategy, we have time to prepare for our plan.
That's definitely true. Will Raiden and Bellwether be enough?
Unfortunately, we can't mobilize the whole force, but we can't forget about the contaminated weapons on Earth either. As with the crystals we dug up,
That's the reason why you're rushing.
You seem to be getting acquainted, so you're cutting with us to 6. Hurry back to Bellwether, Raiden. There's no time. Hurry, Raiden. Right away. 3, 2, 1. I know it's a breakaway mission, but I would have liked it if you had strayed a little bit. We have shifted away significantly from the definition. There seems to be the effects of the enemy attack during the attachment.
Nice. There isn't much time until the warp device. Pass through the colony ruins and head towards the destination point as quickly as possible.
The weapons have reached this far. Did the BCD know about it?
No. I knew that unidentified things were continually causing trouble and destruction in the colonies and civilians. Lieutenant Campbell.
I guess it's sad that we lost him.
I don't think so at all.
You're too frank, Captain. We're almost there, right? I'd like to see the famous Alcubia drop.
A gigantic energy response, Captain. It wasn't contaminated.
My pirate ship was also contaminated, so it wouldn't be unusual to see anything.
We can't tell when it appears the heaven.
Stand firm to the end, right? Got it? Contaminated too. Anyway, it's good that we crushed it. There is almost no time until the critical moment. Rest later. Hurry toward it.
Understood, sir. Please don't drink coffee until we arrive there, Captain. We've arrived at the enemy's planet's vicinity. So this is it. For real.
Pretty much. We must do everything we can to complete our mission and release Earth from the contamination.
Well, no need to sound so dramatic. Let's just give them a fright and knock them for a loop.
Initiating descent plan from Planet Sky. Multiple contamination responses detected from the surface.
As they have We'll attack with everything we have.
Sight. Our scientific achievements are no match for theirs. On top of that, the crystals seem more advanced here, even making and living in buildings.
Of course that isn't the case. This is obviously a civilization that was eroded by the crystals that happened. Although by the looks of it,
We're not here for sightseeing. Let's keep our sentinels to go around there. Let's hurry and find the location where the enemy's highest energy sources lead. Have all right fighter pilots prioritize seeking the energy source over engaging in combat.
Captain, an ultra-high energy source has been discovered.
To the surface. There must be an entrance somewhere. We'll be able to find it that simply.
Easy. There should be a location where the enemy remain unmoving and don't respond to us. Underneath there is most likely an entrance.
The human arc crystal detect these places. A place where they remain. I found it. That passage diagonally in front of us. The contaminated weapons that remain rooted in the spot. Without responding to the bellwether or rifle.
Right, you hear me? I'm forwarding you the position of the gate. All right, fighters, enter the passage and force your way underground.
Raiden has made a successful in her domain.
What about the other right fighters?
Captain, we've lost communication with the Zerstrom. We've lost vitals as well. It appears to have been dropped down.
Oh dear. How unfortunate.
All right. Fend off enemy forces until Raiden is clear. Concentrate fire on the enemy's support.
Captain, how can you remain so calm? Regardless of the fact we're in battle, that seems so cold-hearted.
Sorry, tell me about it.
I see.
With Earth's faith hanging in the balance, the enemy destruction rate is dangerously low. Rogers has the action. Captain, we've lost communication with Tom. In all likelihood, they have been destroyed.
Reinforcements are in pursuit. We need to immediately prepare again to intercept.
Captain, is that all you have to say? I'm here waiting for that kind of man.
Listen, sorry to break this to you, but all our lives are in the captain's hands. This is a phone. It's still very difficult to make the best out of our situation. You have time to cry. Do something about it.
Huh?
He's doing the bad thing. Call the medic. Captain, get back immediately.
I need to command this vessel. I cannot leave my post.
Steady! Even if we were to be treated, there's no way he could give out command to those boots.
There's no one else in this vessel I can relinquish command to.
Fine. I was getting bored of just being along for the ride anyway. I have experience being captain of a small tree. After all, if the Earth were to be around us, I wouldn't be able to do what I wanted to see.
Wait! You're going to relinquish command to Barbarossa? Explain visuals to writing. Civilization, they appear to be far more scientifically advanced than we are.
There's no point in being scientifically advanced at the end of any Maybe I'll look around.
Say, please do your job seriously.
I'm not a big fan of conferences. It's important not to forget to have fun, especially when things are hard. Whoops! Now's no time to be sightseeing. Do you want me to be right now, Captain.
You're the captain now. Easy break.
Are you sure? I'm not too good at this situation. I understand your weakness, but your response speed is lagging behind. Try a little harder.
Phew. But, now that I think about it, fighting against folks who have pretty much swallowed this planet whole.
How can you remain so calm? You do know you're in an overwhelmingly disadvantageous situation.
Pirates are always in a overwhelmingly disadvantageous situation. But I've survived this fight, and will continue to. It appears all the enemy forces near the gate are holding right now. Gotta hand it to the latest push-ups. Its fighting power is a far outcry from my condition.
Captain, our large contamination signal reported on the
Well, that can't be good.
We don't have time. Please give your command to the attack or the fight.
Bellwether and all Raiden fighters, move in a 4 o'clock direction at full speed.
Wait, don't we need to protect the gate? If they destroy it, Raiden won't be able to...
There's no way we can defend here and intercept at the same time. Run! Pirate Captain Barbarossa's way of attacking is by no means classic, but at least it's flamboyant. It's time that I settle my score for having my ship contaminated.
Captain.
Ah,
There,
I see.
Earth is important too.
You're right.
Well, you are the bloody captain of this vessel.
I'm sorry.
I'll go. Captain, are you alright?
Taste.
What? No, it does.
I agree completely. Although, I'm a...
It tastes awful.
I agree completely, Ursiria. There's no way I can die now. If that's gonna be the last cup of coffee I drink.
Hey, I'm glad you're...
Didn't you just say...
Yes, Captain, I will.